Hello and welcome to another episode of Double Barrel Gaming. I'm your host, MrBooMStickXL, and on today's episode, we're going to be talking about how Sony quietly has rolled out a new PlayStation 4 model. Even though this isn't blockbuster news, game consoles regularly receive hardware updates to improve performance and usually reduce costs to the company that's making them. Well, that's exactly what Sony is about to do, and considering that the company is the market leader, trying to make more money on each console sold makes perfect business sense. If you went out today to buy a new PlayStation 4, the model written on the back of it would be CUH-2100, but in the coming weeks and months, that is about to change. Sony will be releasing the new model labeled CUH-2200. As to how much profit is going to be on this console, only Sony knows that. Hardware model number changes are made for different reasons, and the digit that changes signifies how important the change is. That is why when the PlayStation 4 Slim was rolled out, Sony moved the model number from CUH-1 to CUH-2. The last two digits vary based on which region of the world the console is intended for. This newly found information comes to us from the site DualShockers, which I will link the article in the show notes below. Currently, there are two listed models available on the Japanese online store. The first one is a 1TB jet black, and the other one is a 500GB jet black version, both carrying the new model number. Eventually, all markets will offer the new CUH-2200 model as Sony ships out new stock and stops making the old CUH-2100 model. According to the article, these new consoles are unchanged in terms of power use, weight, and dimensions, which suggests that Sony has tweaked the hardware inside. While it's unconfirmed if the fans received any kind of hardware upgrade, it would be nice to know that they did. The fans on both the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 4 Pro sound like jet engines once the heat starts to build up inside the console. This unfortunately was a big problem for me personally, and you might have heard me complain about this on the Crossfire podcast or other shows that I'm on. Luckily for me, my wife, who's awesome, surprised me with the God of War Special Edition PlayStation 4 Pro, and this particular model is as quiet as my Xbox One X. Now, if you're surprised by Sony not making a major announcement regarding the hardware change, don't be. The changes on the new hardware are extremely subtle. And considering Sony has been in the doghouse by both the press and its users regarding the entire crossplay incident, they wouldn't want this to look like a PR stunt. This new hardware change is great for Sony as a company. They will be able to manufacture the new PlayStation 4 Slims as well as the new PlayStation 4 Pros for a cheaper price, which of course will net them more profit. Let's hope with all this extra money, Sony will continue to invest in new studios as well as new AAA titles for their players. The question that I have for anyone that's going to be watching this video is, will Sony do a price drop with the PlayStation 4 Slim and PlayStation 4 Pro to increase their dominance in this generation? I suppose only time will tell if a price drop is inbound. But as usual, I'm interested to hear what you have to say regarding Sony quietly releasing new hardware. Please leave all opinions in the comments section below. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Double Barrel Gaming. If you enjoyed today's episode, please hit that like button, share this video on social media, and consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks again for watching. Have an awesome day.